from the historic Ham Building in St. Paul, it's the Haberdasher's Couch, starring Jaime along with Dorset. This is Kendrick inviting you to join our guest, Todd About Town, Todd Walker. Todd will be coming to us from Hope Breakfast Bar on West 7th in St. Paul. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jaime.
Good to see us. Calm down. I say, what? We made it again to another Friday. You know what that means, right? You know what that means? Well, it doesn't mean you get to be seen by me, but you get to be seen with my sidekick, the one and only, the man of the hour, the guy who actually puts a period after every sentence, Mr. Keith Dorset. Well-rounded guy, even though he's square. I tell you what, Keith, with all this nice weather that we've been having,
yeah.
Hey, do you have a bucket list?
You calling the names again?
No. Not shy another bucket, or can you lift a bucket? But do you have a bucket list?
I do. I just have to remember. Do you have a bucket list?
I do have a bucket list. You know what? This past weekend, it was so nice out. I decided that I would fill one of my bucket lists. I'm
afraid.
You're supposed to say, hey, what was
I'm
it?
afraid.
What are your interests? How do you feel? Anyway, I feel great. And some of my interests have always been to go skydiving.
Yes.
Right. But you know what I figured out? You really don't need a parachute to go skydiving. You need a parachute to go skydiving twice. Hey, we got a great show for you. I tell you what, last week, you think about that just for a second. I'm going to do the introduction, okay? Ouch. What we're going to do is we went down and we saw a restaurant last week, a fine restaurant, the Woodfire Cantina. Had some great food. Now we're going to check out another restaurant down 7th.
Yeah.
Why are all these restaurants down 7th? I don't know, but they're doing great. A great thing down at Hope. You know, they've given away a lot of meals, and they helped a lot of people through a lot of struggles that needed food.
Awesome.
Well, we're going to go down there with our friend Todd Walker. It's Todd About Town again. He's taking us again on a field trip down to the Hope Cafe and breakfast bar. And I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to head down there, sit back, relax, and enjoy it because you deserve it.
It's Todd About Town, Todd Walker, entertainment, travel, and more. Hey Todd, what's new?
Hi everyone, we're back here with Todd About Town, and this week we are at Hope Breakfast Bar. It is right down in the West 7th neighborhood on Leach and Grand Avenue. The place is amazing. They have a pretty exciting weekend in store. I'm going to give you a little tour around and introduce you to one of the owners, my good friend, Sarah Ingram. Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing so well, thank you, Todd.
Okay, so Sarah, first of all, tell us a little bit about what it's like to open a restaurant this past year. You've opened not one, not two, but 3 restaurants.
Yes.
And right during this pandemic,
yeah.
it's been pretty amazing.
Yes.
What's it been like for you and your team?
Wow, a lot of scrambling, a lot of commitment, and just teamwork. We make it a safe environment for our staff to work at, and I mean, frankly, it's just a lot of meetings been set up, and
but it's working.
It's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, but you have really also done some amazing things this past year.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about and share what you've been doing when this pandemic hit in March, and how you guys immediately did the pivot, like everybody overuses that word, but did the pivot, and then you decided it was time to make this a community kitchen.
Absolutely. So when we heard that COVID was hitting, and then it was a few days before they announced the shutdown of all restaurants, we took action, and we just said, we're turning into a community kitchen. That's it. We're stopping business completely. And so we were asking people, what do you need? Do you need food? We're able to do that for you. And then it just kind of pivoted, and we were a community kitchen from the start, from the shutdown until restaurants were able to open back up 50% and patio.
Now, you also gave away so many meals down here. How many meals did you actually give away to anybody in need?
Yes, we did. We gave over 75,000 meals, and we gave over $250,000 back.
Holy
community.
cow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Well,
Yes.
congratulations
Thank
on what
you.
you guys have done.
Thank
If
you.
you haven't seen the restaurant, we're going to do a quick walkthrough of the restaurant here, Sarah. So now you put these up
Yes.
here.
Yep. So these are the partitions that we put. They were made locally, and just to kind of make people feel comfortable. I mean, we'll put them in between people. We'll make sure everyone feels safe in our restaurant.
Now,
So-
this was also used to be a fire station, right?
It was. Yep. The first, third fire station in St. Paul. So.
All right, so this is the kitchen. This is actually, how many people can you actually sit in the restaurant now?
I would say about like 35.
35?
Or so.
And it's packed all the time, and
It's packed all the time.
you need to make reservations. What are some of
do,
your favorite
yes.
things on the menu?
Gosh, pork belly and biscuit is something that I've never tried before. Gosh, the chicken and waffles is amazing, and the breakfast sandwich, because we use St. Paul Bagelry's everything bagel.
So this weekend is a pretty exciting weekend.
It truly
And
is.
I'm looking out here. This is your patio area.
Yep.
When you took over the streets.
We did.
And right over there, that's a dunk tank, right?
It is a dunk tank.
And
That's
I
right.
understand I'm going to be in that dunk tank.
You will.
Yeah, and the reason being, this weekend you're celebrating your first anniversary.
Yes.
Down here, tell us about some of the things that are going to be happening.
Yeah, so our first anniversary give back birthday bash. It's a big word, but I was so excited to label it that. We're doing an auction online, and then we do have a raffle full of just gifts from everybody that was willing to donate. I mean, Scout and Cafe Astoria are in there, and now we'll be able to have people come and socially distance and do a raffle, and then we'll have $5, probably 3 balls you can throw and try to get someone in that water. So,
All right, so you
yeah.
have me and a couple other people doing that,
Yes,
right?
yes,
A
and-
couple, I guess, somewhat notables that are going to be getting up there
Yes.
to help you guys raise money for.
Yes, and the most important thing is that every single dollar that we make on tomorrow, Saturday, is going to be given back to 3 different charities and 3 different families that are in need.
Okay, so Saturdays are your biggest day.
Yes.
And you decided that day you were going to take every single dollar made
Yes.
and give it back to one of the 3 charities.
All of them. So
Oh.
we'll divvy it up and give it to all of them.
Wow.
So they'll have that.
All right,
Yes.
that's pretty amazing.
Yes.
Before we go here, guys, I'm going to bring you in here to show you some of these amazing cocktails. Now, as you can see, the wonderful Mrs. Ingram is pregnant, so she won't be taking part in any of these. But what do we have here?
That is the Hope Aid, so it has a little bit of Pellegrino in there, it's sparkling, and then there's some ginger, there's some soda water, some vodka, and of course the mint. We already showed that.
And what is this concoction?
That is a cereal milk cocktail. So that has some Myers dark rum, you have some rum chata, and some coconut liqueur, and of course the nostalgic Captain Crunch right on top.
All right, and then last but not least here,
And that is the Frogtown Spritzer. So that has Aperol, some champagne in there, and then just really delicately topped off with some roses and a lime.
okay, well, I would feel very guilty being the only one partaking here. Maybe Mr. Conley from a distance will raise a glass to Hope Breakfast Bar's first year anniversary.
Yes.
With many, many more to come. And go online, support this amazing auction that they have, and help assist them keeping their Giving Back campaign going.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
cheers to Hope.
Cheers.
Welcome, Keith,
Good coffee, good
to our new segment called Coffee Talk. At Coffee Talk, this is the circle, the round circle of truth.
This is kind of a
Anything-
big old table. I feel
Hey.
so far away from you.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, I think this is very French.
I mean, not to kind
And
of
the French don't like to be too close, do they? Or they're lovers, aren't they? French are lovers.
Well, this is really anyway.
Hey,
I don't want to be all dramatic about it, but
so Keith, what's been on your mind lately?
you know, I really am just trying to, not concerned, but I'm missing a lot of our friends and family to come in and hang out with us.
Right.
So I'm really thinking of ways to safely have people come and shop,
Right.
have some fun,
Yeah. Do you know-
fellowship with us.
Yeah,
So,
the fellowship. It's the thing that has changed so much, so significantly since the shelter in place, and then we got orders to open up at 50%, so we open up at 50%. that doesn't mean that people haven't changed their habits, right?
Yeah.
And I have to convey to you that I'm a little concerned about, how do we get back to safe? How do we get back to normal? I always talk about this being our little sort of microcosmic place to be.
Yeah.
We know how to be here, but how do we get people back to the store?
Well, I'm also segue into us planning our October event, which is
Right.
going to be bourbon. No bourbon in here.
Bourbon and cigars, I
Bourbon
believe.
and cigars.
Yeah.
As just a name plate to it's a Saturday. Hopefully a beautiful fall Saturday.
Right.
And we have taken the precautions here
Right.
because it is a real thing and a real topic and a real situation that we are experiencing and globally. And so we'll put together. We're going to put together a great event
Right.
to do something because we are committed and committed men in our community
Right.
to lead and bring people together.
We're
So
dying
far.
to connect.
Yeah, and I think so. I think we have the space to do so in a safe way. And it's so really, with some of the things that's on my mind, sometimes you have to let the energy of the universe sort it out.
Right.
And so I've seen over the last several weeks, that's really what's been happening with me. And I said, I'm excited about our October from 10 to 5. We'll be having some
Nice.
some tastings, local.
And you're
people.
bringing in some vendors.
Yes,
We're gonna see hats,
We're definitely
fall
gonna see some
hats. We're
We're
gonna see some shoes.
Yes, we're going to do some shoes. We're going to do, but most importantly, we've been working on trying to get the patisserie together. It'd be great if I
Right.
can find someone that will do some pastries.
Yeah, I have this long dream of I've always wanted to own a donut shop. No, this is the round table of truth.
Yeah.
Right? I love
Really?
donuts. I like pastries. I like feeling good. I like
Yeah.
caffeine and I like sugar.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to team up with a local vendor, and we might, Keith, start purveying fine pastries and coffee here.
Wow.
We're trying to remember the golden era of when people were together.
Yeah.
Wow, what a concept. People together.
Right.
And that's all we're trying to do is we're trying to bring people together. It's really hard to interface at a distance. Zoom only goes so far, right? And pretty soon we're going to need each other. I think we do need each other.
Yeah.
So what's one circle of truth? Give me one circle of truth. As long as we're at the circle of truth coffee talk table, just give me one truth, Keith.
One truth is that you're an absolutely handsome man.
I cannot tell a lie. Keith again has told the truth. I tell you what, thanks for tuning in to Coffee Talk, where Keith and I just get together every now and then just to talk, just to say what's on our mind. Have a lovely, lovely day.
And I do expect to get paid for my circle of truth.